join us here in the front, please. It is my great honor to inform that we now get Bulgaria. In the executive, we did not receive any application for the treasurer, so the next position we will take is the Vice President of Education. We've received one application from Marco Sofia, proposed by Dr. Serbia, seconded by Shekusa for Slovenia. Marco, please join us in the front. You have 3 minutes.
Excuse me. Dear General Assembly, I'm pleased to see you once more here during the annual Congress. As you know, I'm the current Educational Affairs Coordinator, and I'm running for the position of Vice President of Education for the next mandate. As you may be aware, in my previous experience, I was coordinating through the NAPSR on local level on educational activities, such as with extensive educational programs and workshops. I started with the public health campaigns when I was organizing. I loved education from the beginning, and therefore my next step was also to become one of the EPSA trainers and to be involved in the EPSA team within the position of the Educational Affairs Coordinator. And I had a lot of this mandate to be also one of the EPSA interns in the Brussels, where I had kind of collected extensive knowledge about the work of the European Parliament, European Commission, externals. I managed to represent EPSA through many events, obtain knowledge about different burning hot topics in reference of education. So I think that could enable me to bring forward educational program and education in general to EPSA and all members. In reference to the educational department, I spent 1 year, and therefore I have knowledge of all portfolios very well. I'm also a trainer, I'm also a scientist with published research papers. I've been delivering public health campaigns, as I said previously, under NAPSR, and throughout this mandate, according to the unfortunate situation within the position. And I know my own portfolio, therefore I think that I can assist all coordinators accordingly and help them even elevate all projects, where I would also have constant communication and regular monthly meetings. In reference to the educational program of EPSA events, I've been always delivering my opinion on all the topics in reference to the educational program. I've been in touch with the reception committees, as I do consider them as extended actually EPSA team members, so I believe that I have a fruitful discussion with them. I was also under my internship organizing educational program for European Cancer Organization Summit for this year, therefore I think this could be some advantage for me in order to, in a timely manner, organize and schedule everything and perform. Thank you.
I'll now give the word to NAPSR for the proposal speech. Also, Vojta is timing, so he will show you when you have 30 seconds left and 10 seconds left. So check, and then we'll go.
So, NAPSR, from NAPSR. Well, we are really pleased that one such a representative member of our association is once again running for the position in the EPSA team. Through his work in EPSA, Marco was in charge of educational projects and public health campaigns, always guided by his curiosity and vibrant creativity, which we believe you all recognize in him now as well. As someone who manages educational projects in EPSA, has experience on public health campaigns through NAPSR and EPSA, he is an active coach and also a research scientist with several published works. Therefore, we believe that he is a perfect candidate for this position. And at the end, I just would like to repeat one sentence from his motivation letter. Lead by example, so I think Marco would be a perfect example for his department, so don't think twice about his candidacy. Thank you, I'm on time.
Thank you, Napster. Now, Sofia.
During his first year in EPSA as Educational Affairs Coordinator, Marco has completed a lot of his tasks. He has truly elevated the portfolio of his position, delivered a lot of EPSA trainings, and slowly with his charismatic approach, I think that he became one of the most recognized faces of EPSA. He's always extremely approachable, hardworking, ready to discuss anything, and has attention to details. He was showing his love for EPSA throughout the year at every step. He has a lot of new ideas for the position and also on how he would like to strengthen the communication with the RC, which is, I think, of the utmost importance. And thus, we strongly believe that Marco is a suitable candidate for the Vice President of Education, and we are honored to second him.
Thank you, Sofia. Now I open the floor for questions. I first take Annette.
Pierre in France, thank you for your application. It will be great. So, I just want to know how you will improve the relation between education department and all the RCs.
Marco.
Thank you for the question. I believe that continuous communication is the first step. And therefore, I believe that I will have a task to manage 5 different EPSA events with 5 different reception committees. And I think that including education department in it from the beginning is something that is very important. Therefore, I would strive to have monthly meetings with the educational officers of the events, for sure, and continuous communication through the formal communication channels.
Next, I have Snaps.
Snaps. Since we know that some of the work recently has been done by other EPSA team members rather than your predecessor, we assume a lot of it has been executed sufficiently, but also that some things might have piled up. And do you have a plan to catch up with this so it's done before the Monday starts?
Marco.
Thanks for the question. Yes, I intend, if I'm elected, to start being in touch with reception committees immediately. I believe that in order to have good educational programs, 1 year in advance we should start preparing the education program of events. For example, when now we finish with the annual congress in Bulgaria, starting immediately with the one in Lyon, France for the next year. So I just believe that if we, in a timely manner, organize ourselves, we wouldn't have any issue.
Next, I have Abel.
Portugal, thank you for your application. I would like to ask you, what are the major changes that you wish to implement in this position?
Marco.
Thanks, Mathilde. I want to have diverse educational programs at EPSA event. That is one of the main things that I want to achieve, and to bring some new topics and interactive ways of presenting all educational activities to students, since we're millennials and therefore it is needed extra challenge in order to catch our attention. In reference to the educational department, I can only recommend that I will try to interconnect all the projects, because at the moment, as you already know, we have lots of educational projects under the department, so interconnecting them will ease also the promotion and engagement of member associations. Thank you.
Next, IPSF. Technical BPSA, sorry. Can someone from the helping team take care of this, please? Okay, now IPSF.
Katerina IPSF. Thank you, Marco, for the great application. So, as IPSF and EPSA are only two pharmacy organizations which are organizing WHSS, and we need to advocate together and make sure that the program is tailored also to our students and professional needs. So you're also a part of the JWG for the WHSS 2019, together with IPSF WHS Liaison. How do you plan to collaborate with her in organizing the event, and how would you ensure topics which will be presented are beneficial for pharmacy students present, and which topics do you think should be covered under the main theme of the event? Thank you.
Thank you, Katerina, for the question. In reference to the WHSS, as you already know, this task is under the Educational Affairs Coordinator portfolio, but for the next mandates we will see what will happen and under whose portfolio it will go, since I consider that under the Vice President of Education would be overloaded, because at the moment, as I'm part of the joint working group, I have weekly meetings with them, and they're very extensive, and I'm in touch with Anya as a Vice President of Internal Affairs, where we communicate regularly, and she's communicating within executive on the topics, and therefore that was the way how I was presenting the opinion of EPSA in the joint working group. But in the future, we will see what will happen. However, for the successor, I will be there to make sure that everything is delivered in a timely manner and that it is followed up. Thank you.
Next I have KMPSV.
KMPSV in the Netherlands. As it is a big portfolio for the VP of Educational Affairs. Yeah. And the thing is, I'm worried that now you are in Brussels and you have a lot of time for EPSA and you spend a lot of time with EPSA, you have great ideas and really ambitious. Are you going to manage this big portfolio and not being in EPSA and still be able to fulfill do your task?
Thanks for the question. Yes, I've been this year and I'm still in Brussels as intern and working for EPSA. I managed to see what kind of workload is there when you are intern in Brussels on behalf of the association. I had experience to also see what are the portfolios of other executive members and to see how the executive is working actually. I'm completely aware of the workload. I really love the association and I wanted to contribute more, therefore I think that I kind of analyzed and evaluated my own time so I can make a decision and apply for the position. Thank you.
Next I have BPSA.
I was just wondering, have you thought about working with members who have platforms like similar to LEAP or are trying to develop platforms similar to LEAP? Have you thought about how you could do that? Okay. I was just wondering if you thought about working with members who have platforms similar to LEAP or are trying to develop platforms similar to LEAP?
Thanks for the question. Yeah, Matthew also kind of approached me in the beginning of this mandate that the BPSA is having something similar, but since this was also kind of a very exploding project at the moment, I didn't find time to consult, but for sure we can take it into consideration. Why not? Taking good practices from other associations is always recommendable.
Now I have Sarah in the back.
From the back. As you know, and we had the chance to talk a little bit about this since I first got involved in 2011. VP Edu has always been one of the positions more in the bridge of losing its sanity due to the huge portfolio, absolutely insane portfolio. First, how do you plan to keep your sanity and the distribution of the workload? Sometimes it's actually pretty serious. And secondly, would you consider going to Brussels again? Thank you.
Thanks for the question. I believe that we are all on the different journeys of obtaining new knowledge and seeing maybe some mistakes and also how we can improve. Therefore, I would make sure to just have nice time management and organizational skills in order to avoid this kind of a thing and, as you say, losing the sanity. And in reference of the, going again to Brussels, I'm still considering, but I'm also considering PhD.
Now I have new point from Katja.
Hello, Katja from Slovenia. Not alumni yet, getting there. I have a question for you, Marco. Based on the huge portfolio of let's say, educational activities in EPSA, which projects do you think are the most underdeveloped and what are your tactics to approaching their development?
Thanks, Katja, for the question. I think that all projects are quietly well developed. However, I would focus on social services at the moment, since we started developing them, and I think that could be a good thing to take direction. Also evaluating training projects, for example, and innovating the public health campaigns at the moment. Did I miss anything else?
With this, I have concluded my speaking list. Does anyone have any other questions? No? Ready to go to internal discussion? Amazing. Marco, you have 1 minute for... Marco, you have 1 minute for a closing speech.
Thank you, Etta. This year was a hell of a ride, and I'm very, very enthusiastic person, and I know that I all the time am jumping and having huge ideas, and that I'm sometimes also annoying for some team members. But I got so much from EPSA in this year, and I grew so much and learned, and I feel also responsibility to give back and to elevate the association, and therefore I'm really, really grateful for everything you also did in order to support me and to promote the projects that I also have under my portfolio. And thank you for the questions.
Thank you, Marco. Now please, the helping team member escort him out of the room. We are again moving to internal discussion. Phones, laptops, live stream, nobody in, nobody out.